Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing looking at nice conditions out there to start the day. Today, seeing those temperatures climbing into the low 70s with a light wind out of the southeast and just a few clouds around, expecting increasing clouds as we move through today. We'll be transitioning into more of a wet weather pattern as we move into the overnight time frame and more so as we move into tomorrow, with rain showers becoming likely and a chance of a few thunderstorms as well as some breezy conditions as we'll take a look at the current surface analysis. We have this broad area of disturbed weather of the southeast part of the country helping to be fueled by an upper level low. We're going to see that system gradually tracking northeastward as we move over the next 24 hours and into the next couple days. We'll start to see that exiting off to our northeast, but will be a slow mover and will bring that unsettled weather into the local area through much, if not all, of the day tomorrow and possibly lingering into the first part of the evening as well. Looking at the upper level winds this morning, some southeasterly winds to southeasterly winds through the lower levels, seeing fairly light winds through the column. Our peak wind 20 knots to 6,000 feet. As we get in the mid and upper levels, seeing more of a west southwesterly component to the wind and still remaining on the lighter side. Our freezing level this morning was at 12,300 feet. We'll take a look at the current visible satellite and the composite radar here. We can see shower activity still well to our southwest with the cloud shield extending a bit closer. I do expect that shield to continue moving into the local area as we move through the day today, becoming mostly cloudy by the afternoon time, and then gradually as we get into the evening, we'll start to see this shower activity moving through. We'll take a look at the high-resolution model here to see how we expect that to play out over the next 24 to 48 hours. Again, dry conditions through much of working hours today, and then as we get into the evening time frame, mainly as we pass the 1800 local time, we'll start to see a low-end chance of an isolated shower pushing through the area. As you can see with the model here, keeping most of that off to the west until we get past midnight and into the early start of the day on Tuesdays, when we'll start to see that rain shield really start to move over the local area, with rain showers becoming likely as we move through the day Tuesday. We do see some pockets of higher reflectivity simulated here, indicating the possibility for some embedded heavier to moderate to heavier rain showers with this, and that's when we'll see a chance of a chance of a thunderstorm embedded within this as well. But that chance will be better as we get into the afternoon, into the evening time frame. We'll continue to see these rain showers moving through as we go into the evening and the early morning hours of Wednesday before we start to see those tapering off, looking to start the day off dry as we on Wednesday. Looking at the longer term model here, we will see a chance for some afternoon showers or storms during the day on Wednesday. So starting off dry and seeing a chance for returning some pop-up showers or storms during the afternoon Wednesday into the evening time frame. We'll see much of the same as we move through the second half of the week, with mainly diurnally driven pop-up showers and storms as we move through that time period. So as you can see, going into Thursday, we see European model indicating some precip. Again, that'll be like in the form of isolated showers around the area, popping up and then dissipating as we go into the evening. Similar story as we go into Friday, but slightly better chances. Could have a boundary moving through to help force some of those showers during the late evening time frame, and that's similar conditions as we go into later in the day on Saturday, and then things looking to dry out as we get into the end of the weekend. So looking at the 24-hour weather vision chart for today, green conditions through our working hours today, seeing those temperatures staying in the 70s, peaking around the mid 70s to 74 degrees. Winds out of the southeast, the south-southeast, we'll see 7 to 12 knots, with peak winds up around 17 knots. And as we go into the evening time frame, that's when we pick up that yellow risk for precip, again, mainly after the 18 local time frame, and increasing chances as we pass the midnight time frame. Just expecting a light shower initially, and then possibly some more moderate showers as we get into the start of the day on Tuesday, as we start to increase that orange risk of precip, and that's when we'll see a slight chance of a thunderstorm in the area, and those lower ceilings in the area as well. Low temperature only going to cool down to around 63 degrees, and expecting our ceilings to develop and lower as we move through the overnight time frame. Likely seeing a ceiling around 7,000 feet as we get into the afternoon time frame, and then again gradually lowering to below 3,000 feet, moving through the overnight time frame into the start of the day on Tuesday. Tides are running normal. Tuesday, cloudy with those rain showers likely and a chance of that embedded thunderstorm as well. We will see some breezy conditions on Tuesday, expecting peak gusts between 25 to 30 knots. So looking at a red risk for a wind advisory for Tuesday, red for that precip activity as well, and a yellow chance of seeing some lightning in the area, and yellow for reduced visibilities with that shower activity pushing through. Cloudy and rain showers continue to linger on for the first part of Tuesday evening, and then we'll see breezy conditions early as well, and then we'll start to see drying conditions with cloudy and low cloud conditions as we move into the start of the day on Wednesday. So low around 62 degrees, continuing that red risk for precip, orange risk for those elevated winds early on, yellow risk for that lightning possibility, and low clouds sticking around through the evening as well. Wednesday, we keep yellow risk for precip and lightning for that chance of an afternoon shower or storm popping up. Should start to day dry with some low clouds around, so keeping a yellow chance for those low clouds, and a warmer day with a high around 75 degrees. Moving into the extended forecast here, as mentioned, looking at daily diurnally driven chances of pop-up showers. Slightly less chance on Thursday with just some mostly cloudy conditions and a high in the upper 70s. And then as we get into Friday and Saturday, looking at warmer conditions getting into the 80s. And slightly better forcing for an evening shower or storm, so up to a 20% chance for that Friday and Saturday evening. Otherwise, a mix of partly to mostly cloudy conditions, keeping those low temperatures in the 60s, and then rounding out the 7-day here with some nice weather for Sunday with a high right around 80 to 81 degrees and our lows in the mid-60s with partly cloudy conditions. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.